So hello again everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at this F-16C Fighting Falcon from the Thunderbirds. This model kit is from Academy Minicraft and 1/48 scale. I've done this once before, but it didn't turn out so well, so I'm doing it again. So here's our instruction sheet. We have some info here on the aircraft. I've also seen them. This talks about their demonstration squadron. And I saw them when I was a kid too, and it was really cool. I saw the Blue Angels as well. Both really good shows. I think it was in Lubbock, at the Reese Air Force Base there. So number one, we have our cockpit assembly. We're building the seat. We have our pedals, control panel, and put the seat in. We also have a pilot to build and put the pilot in. Number two, fuselage assembly. We have our bulkheads and our pieces. It's for the wheelbase. Put our cockpit in and put the top of the fuselage on the bottom of the fuselage. Number three, we have our dorsal fin and our engine assembly. So we built the dorsal fin. It's 2 parts. The engine is 3 parts. Number four, we put the wings on, we put the horizontal stabilizers on, and we put the engine, the exhaust in. Number five, we put the nose and the pitot tube in, as well as the dorsal fin and the horizontal stabilizer. Number six, we have our intake. So we put here the intake in, which here is a pre-assembly for it here. We also have these parts for the wheelbase to put in here. So number seven is our nose gear. We put our nose gear in here. Looks like 3 parts for the gear and plus our wheels. We have here the wheel bay door and the stabilizers that go in the back. Number 8, main gear installation. So we have, it looks like just 4 parts for the gear, plus the 2 wheels. We have our pylons for the wingtips, gear bay doors, and there's some more actuators and stuff that go here when you get the wheels in. Number 9, we have our canopy and our instruments here that go on the front. Number 10, the last step here is our paint instructions. We have our Thunderbirds. I would like to paint a lot of this, not use the decals, because I'm afraid the decals aren't going to hold up. But I think it's going to be really hard to paint any of that, except for maybe these stripes. Here on the back is also the tree map here. A, B, C, D, and clear parts. So here's our decal sheet. You see it's pretty large. There's a lot of, for the wings, for the underneath, there's decals for everything due to the design of the aircraft. The colors look really good, but I'm just afraid that these Academy decals aren't really going to hold up very long. Let's see what we can do with that though, once we get it built. So start here with the parts. Here we have sprue A. See the bottom of the fuselage, the intake, the wingtip pylons. We have other pylons here which we're not going to use, even though we could use fuel tanks, I think, possibly. We have also gear bay doors here and the cockpit. You see there's actually some good detail on the fuselage as well. The external detail looks good. The cockpit is really bare. Like bare bones. They could really use a detail set. Also, inside of the gear bay doors, they're okay, I guess, but I think there's some cables and stuff missing there. So here is sprue B. You can see we have our top of our fuselage, our nose cone. Here's the wheelbase, the horizontal and vertical stabilizer, the fins that go in the back, and our exhaust. Once again, I think the fuselage looks good. Unfortunately, the wheelbase are totally empty. Here, the front wheelbase does have a little bit of detail in it, but it doesn't look great. It doesn't look good though. Also, there's not much to see on the inside of the exhaust. Some detail missing there. So here is sprue C. You can see there's a control panel, sides of a seat, the walls. Well, here's the front wheelbase door. This is one of the sides to the wheelbase. These are the wingtip pylons, I think. And here's the wings. The wings look pretty decent. I think the seat looks okay too. Probably some stuff missing there. The control panel has no detail on it at all. There's a little bit of detail on these bulkheads though. And here's our last sprue, sprue D. We have some fuel tanks and weapons on here, well, pods. Also, here's their dorsal fin, exhaust, the landing gear, the pilot, and the seat. See, the landing gear looks decent. The pilot looks okay too, I think. Might have to build this pilot and try to paint him. I do that sometimes, but I'm really bad at painting faces and stuff. The seat is pretty plain and no seat belt. And here's our clear sprue. It has some decent framing on it, I think. But it's not crystal clear, really. And also some of the instruments and stuff are lights here. Looks like wingtip lights. And the lights that go on the top and bottom. It's pretty thick though. Not very clear. So it's not the greatest kit. It's missing detail on the cockpit. It's missing detail on the wheel wells. But the fuselage looks decent. The pilot looks okay. I think it's missing some detail on the engine too. So it has a lot against it. But if you're looking for a model on a budget, and I would say F-16 is really cool aircraft. And the Thunderbirds is a really cool demonstration team. So it's a must-have, but I would get the more expensive one if I could afford it. I forget who makes it. Tamaya maybe has one, or Hasegawa. One of those companies from Asia has one too, but it costs about 3 times more as this one. But it would probably be worth it if you're really into these kind of aircraft. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please join me next time when we're going to take a look at the Soviet T-28 medium tank. This is from Hobby Boss from 135 scale. So everybody have a great week, and until then, bye.